Welcome back to Booze on the Rocks. My name is David Edwards. Today we are going to make 2 cinnamon maple whiskey sours. You know what? I'm really looking forward to this. Let's get into it. Great to have every single one of you back here today. We are making a cinnamon maple whiskey sour, and I'm looking forward to this, and I hope you are too. I'm going to do this 2 ways. Why? Why not? Should we have one with a silky smooth egg white, or should we have it without the egg white? That's the question of the day. Leave a comment down below and tell me which one you think will be better. So the first thing we need is our 2 shaking glasses, and I'm going to build these side by side. The second thing you need is your bourbon of choice. In this case, I'm using Bulleit bourbon. Now this is a 45% alcohol or 90 proof. I really like this. It smells great. It tastes great. It gives you just that little bit of a spice. And you know what? You just can't go wrong. And for these cocktails, we're going to use 2 ounces or 60 milliliters. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful, beautiful color. I'm having a problem putting my cork on today. Next, we need some lemon. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab 1 lemon and maybe 2 lemons, because we're going to use 1 ounce of lemon juice per each of these cocktails. In this case, you're gonna get approximately 1 ounce or a little bit more out of each lemon. So what we'll do is we'll chop a lemon, and what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 thin slices because we're thinking about our garnish. And we're gonna put those right there. Chop the other one. Now let's get into it. Pick that lemon up after the shoot and wash it off. Yeah, look at that. Now that we're done with these, there's a little bit left in that, and I'll use that to make another one. Put those away for later. I'm gonna use those to make a lemon juice or lemon syrup. I'm not quite sure how I wanna do that yet. So, this part looks really good, simple, but you know what you need? You need some of this. Choose your Canadian maple syrup of choice. Now, if you live in the States and it's more likely for you to get Vermont maple syrup, definitely go from that, because Vermont maple syrup is just as good as Canadian maple syrup, but I'm partial to Canadian because, well, I live up here, right? So we don't need a lot for this because maple syrup is very sweet. We need 1/2 ounce or 15 milliliters. Oh yeah. Everything's better with maple syrup. That, and I really like bacon, right? Now, we need to add cinnamon, and some people will say this is optional. You can make your choices on what you want to do with that. However, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cinnamon and we're going to grate it directly into the glasses. Now you need about a pinch. How much is a pinch? Totally up to you, because this is your cocktail. So however much cinnamon you actually want in there. All right, so that's about a pinch each. But you know what? I'm going to shake both of these. So David will use his manly muscles and drop small cinnamon sticks in there as well. That way it'll soak up and gain us some more of that cinnamon flavor, because I like cinnamon and I like maple syrup. Move your knife out of the way because David gets dangerous. And you know what? You need to grab an egg. And in one of these, we are going to have 1 egg white. And you know what? This wouldn't be Booze on the Rocks if David didn't shoot the egg yolk and reach for something. Oh! Oh, my throat. Oh, that's 151. I should know better. Now, you don't have to do that. You could use a prairie oyster or which is, you know, a bunch of other stuff. Or you could be a fool like me, or you could choose not to do that, because I know some people worry about E. coli. So what we're going to do is we are going to dry shake this one and wet shake this one. Oh, to dry shake this one first, firmly slap a lid in there. Flip it over and shake the crap out of it really, really hard for a good 10 seconds. Not doing it. Anyways, normally you can hear the sound. Leave that for a moment. Grab some ice. Now we're going to shake this one hard as well. Wet fingers. And shake this hard. Now, while I catch my breath, we are going to pop this back open, and we are going to shake this with ice for another 10 seconds. And we're doing this to cool this off at this point. Slap that back on. Make sure you're on good, because the seal will be wet, and shake hard again. Oh. And that's a workout. Whew. Take those, put these off to the side. I seem to have made a bit of a mess here when I took the cap off. Clean that up. And just for the wonders, we are going to use a rocks glass and a slightly different rocks glass. For our non-foam, we're going to use a nice block of ice. Because the glass is a little bit smaller, we're going to use some cubed ice. And that's mostly just for the aesthetics, for myself, personal taste. All right, let's see what we got here. Look at that. Two totally different looking cocktails. Both gorgeous, both absolutely beautiful. Take your first piece of garnish, slide that in there like so. Grab a piece of cinnamon, jam that in there as well. So you got yourself a nice little piece of cinnamon. Put this on top like so. And a piece of cinnamon in there as well. But you know what? This side wouldn't be a sour if you didn't use a little bit of Angostura bitters. Now I don't want a lot, I just want 3 or 4 drops on top. And this is completely for the aromatics. And it looks nice too, right? Well, it's one of those days. Seeing as how I'm now covered in bitters, and so is the countertop. Let's smell each of them and taste each of them and see how they work. So let's start with the first one. So the first thing I smell is a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of lemon and just a gentle hint of the bourbon. Oh yeah, that is really good. You still get the lemon, you get the bourbon comes through nice on it. You get the cinnamon hints. It's subtle. The maple syrup is just sweet enough that it balances it nicely and gives you just a positive hint of citrus. Oh, that's good. Let's check this next one now that it's had a chance to foam out. So initially you get a little bit of the bitters on top because it's right there. You get some cinnamon, a little bit of citrus. The lemon comes out a little bit stronger in this one. No, yeah, absolutely. Just a A little bit of more of a hint of lemon. The bourbon is good. You can't go wrong with either. These are both really good. You get a silkier mouthfeel in my opinion. I prefer it with the egg white, in my opinion. Tell me down below what you think you would prefer better. Would you prefer it without the egg white or with the egg white? Now, what I will do is I will put the ingredients for both of these down in the description down below. If this is your first time to my channel, please hit the subscribe button and make sure you hit that bell notification. That way, every time I put up a new video, you will be notified. And if this is your first time to my channel, please, all that shaking and I can't think. What I was going to say, if you're interested in supporting the channel, please check us out at patreon.com/boozeontherocks, because every little bit helps us to bring these videos to you. And you know what? I'm double fisting it tonight. You guys have a great night. It's got cinnamon in it, it's got maple in it, it's got some whiskey, and it's gonna be kind of sour. Maybe. No, actually, we'll see. And it sounds good if you can get the cork open without spilling it all over your hands. And what's going to happen is David will learn to speak in a language that is familiar to somebody. Whoever that is, please leave a comment down below.